Hello and welcome to this video. I will be showing you these mini twists with extensions that I had done. So this video will have 3 sets. I did the color 1B, the color 33 and the color 30. You can just check the timestamps to skip over if you want to see how the other colors looked. But this was the initial style. It was so nice, you guys. It was a 10 out of 10. I had this done for my hair salon called Her Roots for the newbies. It's in Northmead, Lusaka. I will leave a link in the description box. For the oldies, like you already know that that's the hair salon that I go to all the time. Now, I will say this was the most expensive style I have done from them. It was very expensive, but at the time, so this was January and I would have a long-term protective style done every other month of this year. Like that was my hair calendar. That's the way it was set up. This hair was really expensive, so having it done from the hair salon, I did a basic wash and condition, which is 100 kwacha. I'd also have to blow dry my hair. It was another 100 kwacha. The labor of installing this, just installing this, is 750, and then the wigs are supplied by the hair salon. So the wigs for this length, which is the medium length, are like another like 150. So it was very pricey. It was, but it looked really good. It looked really, really good. I just spoiled myself at that time. I got so many compliments, especially with the color 1B. This looks like somebody's, type 4 hair. That's just very high density. And it literally looked and mimicked natural textured hair. So it was very nice, extremely lightweight. Again, I'm a vain person, and the compliments I was getting, I was gassed, you guys. I was gobbling up all the praise. So it was really, really, really nice to have. So now this is what they look like at the 1 week mark. So for this video, I like to do like styling portions for for like once a week. I ended up filming the demos like in retrospect. So I would kind of test out a style to see what it would look like. And then I did the demo, at the end of the week. So during that first week, so from the initial install up until the 1 week mark, I just wore my hair down for that first week. In terms of maintenance, I do have this Anjaki's Frizz Patrol, which I really like on my natural hair, but it's a very sticky type of mousse, which I didn't want to use on my mini twist because I knew I wasn't washing it during the month-long install. So I opted to use this ORS hair mousse instead. So for this first week, I did apply a mousse once every 2 to 3 days because I was just trying to make sure like the twist didn't get old. So every 2 to 3 days I would apply mousse to my ends like I'm doing here to just help it kind of flatten. So this was big hair. It was very bulky. I will admit that this first install in the color 1B, and I had this done in January, it was very, very bulky. Like it was like a lot was used. It still looked nice, honestly it did, but it was definitely bulky. So I opted to do this motion where I would apply mousse to a section and then twist it to kind of scrunch the mousse. You don't have to do this, but it's just an extra step that I took because I felt like it was doing something. So and then it would just unravel on its own, and you can kind of see that it's kind of loosened up that section compared to the other side. And I just repeated that step for the rest of the hair. So this looked so nice. And I will mention this again, like these twists were extremely lightweight. It felt like there was hardly anything on your hair. They didn't pull on my hairline. So they braided maybe an inch or so and then twisted the rest to make it last longer. But it was easy on the hairline as well. It was done very, very well. So like I said, like this style was super, super pricey, at least for me and somebody in my tax bracket. I mean, I'll tell my peers how much it costs because obviously like people are I'd want to do the same style as well. Unfortunately, people just got they went and bought the extensions and took themselves to a different hair salon, and it did not look the same as these twists. So I will hand it to her roots. Like they know how to execute this look really, really well. Oh, and then something else, I would just go in with the scissors and just cut off any like straggly pieces. Though, just to give some constructive criticism, was this style a 10 out of 10? Yes. But I wished that they could have trimmed it at the hair salon in a way in which it gave like the twist a shape at the bottom. It wasn't really trimmed in a nice sharp U type of shape. Hopefully that makes sense. So I kept having to trim off pieces that looked out of place. But with the subsequent sets that I did, like I emphasized, like I vocalized that, oh, please make sure you trim it like in a nice, like an almost blunt U shape, and that solved everything. Like the subsequent sets look really, really good. Then in terms of the edge control that I would apply, I just use the Isoplus hair gel, and I will list all products that I will mention or show in this video in the description box. So yeah, this is how I styled my hair during that first week. Again, like these twists were so nice, you guys. They were so nice. Yeah. And for my nighttime routine, I would just use a headscarf. And I did this during this Color 1B install, and it really helped with the longevity. Yeah. I didn't do that for a different set, and you see what happened. But yeah, otherwise, this was how my twists were looking at the 2-week mark. They still looked really fresh. And after having like a little bit of new growth come in, it made the twists look even more like, like hyper realistic. It looked like this was growing out of my scalp. Like it really did. They were very nice. So yeah, this was what the style was looking like at the 2-week mark. So for this second week, so from the 1-week mark up until this point, I had opted to just experiment with a liquid leave-in instead. So this was me just, like testing out maintenance, because it was my first time having these twists, done. So for the second week, instead of a mousse, I used this half and half, and it worked okay. Honestly, it was fine. And it's a very nice liquid leave-in. If you aren't familiar with it, it has marshmallow root that gives hair slip. And it also just makes it soft and bouncy, because this hair does mimic, like a type 4 type of hair. So it's nice using something like this, even if you have a different type of wig or extension. It's this liquid half and half leave-in conditioner from Anjaki's is nice. Though, like, it's very hard to find. Like, for me who lives in Osaka, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, even one of my best friends who loves this product has been complaining. So like she had to order hers like off of like Discam. Was it Discam? But yeah, but one of these like beauty supply stores that are online from South Africa, because it's been very hard to find in Lusaka. Like if you're watching this and you're in Lusaka, like please let me know where I can find the half and half. But yeah, otherwise for the second week, I had styled my hair in I think this does qualify as a half up, half down. I just did 2 large flat twists in the front, and I'm like I am the biggest amateur when it comes to hairstyling, so worry not, like anyone can do this. And I will show how I flat twist again, like on the other side, so you can kind of watch me do that. Like I'm terrible at explaining, so you just have to be a visual learner. But yeah, I just put my hair in 2 large flat twists and tied them to the back. And for this week, honestly, like I didn't mind taking it down and redoing it every morning, because if I slept on it, I realized that the bulkiness of the flat twist would kind of flatten. So I didn't mind redoing this every single morning. Yeah, like it was a very, very quick style to do. And yeah, this is how I wore my hair in the second week. Then I use my Isoplus hair gel for my hairline. And this was the final look. It was very cute. I got complimented. Yeah. So we are now at the 3-week mark, and this is what the twists were looking like. So for the 3rd week, I did not add any more product because I was wearing my hair in a kind of tucked away style that you will see. So yeah, I didn't have to add any more product. My hair felt just fine. So I did a... Is anyone watching? Like, I know this is like a retro style that I think was made popular like in the mid 19th century. Like I know women would wear their hair this way, though it can double as a bridal look, I guess. But for me, it's just like a formal updo. I know it has a name, but I just cannot remember what the name is. But yeah, like you see the finished style. But yeah, it's just like a deep side part, and I flat twisted my hair. Again, like large flat twists. And I also twisted the other side and tucked my hair up, as you will see. Okay, let me just stop talking, and then yeah, you'll be able to see what the style look like once I'm done. By the way, did I say 19th century? I meant 20th century. So like I probably meant like the mid 1900s. Yeah, like 1940s, 50s. Yeah, is where I would see this style. Like old movies or old photos of people from that era. But it's still cute. I liked it. And I wore it in 2025. And I only needed a few bobby pins. It was very secure due to the texture of the wigs. And I just finished off the style with some edge control. And this is the final look. So we are now at the 4-week mark and the end of the install, and everyone kept telling me that I could have kept going, that they still looked okay, and the older they got, the better they looked. But I needed to clean my scalp because I wasn't spraying anything on my scalp for some reason. I chose not to. So yeah, it was dry and flaky, and I needed to wash it, and I didn't want to wash it in these twists just in case my natural hair poofed out. Like I know, like the salon said you could wash your hair in this, but I was not about to waste a 1 grand hairstyle like that or risk it. No, I wasn't going to do it. So yeah, like that was just me showing you that it was definitely flaky at the 1 month mark and I needed to take it down. So in the final week, I just opted to wear my hair in a low puff or a low pony. Though I didn't like this style because even though you can't see it on camera, the color of my natural hair is like a dark brown and color 1B is, yeah, it's very close to black. So I felt like there was this halo of my like brownish natural hair sticking out over the extensions, which I didn't like. But yeah, I just kept it going. So when tying this ponytail, I just used like a section of the twists themselves. I don't know if you had seen me leaving space with my fingers as I was wrapping it, so I could have space to tuck it in. And I didn't even need a bobby pin. Like it stayed secure for the entire day. And I also did this every morning. Like I didn't keep it in for a full month. It was secure. Sorry, I didn't keep it in for a full week. I would just redo it every morning. And yeah, that's me saying I didn't like how my natural hair was like had this halo over the top of my wigs. But I still wore it because I wanted a fourth style to show you guys. And yeah, I got some mousse and applied it to like the crown of my hair, and especially where the parting was, just to sleek it down, as well as the puff itself. And I will demonstrate in a bit of how I constantly had to go around with the scissors to just even out the shape of the hair. So that's the only constructive criticism I could give on this, and that was fixed anyways. When I went back, I just vocalized that I wanted my hair to be shaped, and it was fixed. So I still recommend the hair salon 10 out of 10. And yeah, this is what my hair looked like in the color 1B. I had it for a full month. Yeah, so just my usual edge control. And because it was the final week and my hair, okay, at least I felt my hair was sticking out, I would leave a satin scarf on. So I'd actually have to wake up earlier than usual in this last week because I needed to keep it on for 30 minutes, like I mentioned there. Just make sure it was as flat as possible. And yeah, this was my 1B or black install with these mini twists. I really enjoyed myself. I had a good time. Yeah, and that was just me saying I would trim off any stray looking pieces. So yeah, the next color I did was a color 33. And apologies, so at this point, since it's now March, so by March, my camera had broken. If you're like an oldie, you know that situation. So I had to switch to my phone. And this was the color 33. I don't know why I've called this color a neutral brown in the past. It's actually a plum color. Like it's more like a plum. It's in the red family. But it was very nice. I will show it to you later on in natural lighting. And this set was less bulky. It really was. I don't know if you can notice, but I loved this level of density because I could wear it down without feeling like I had big hair. So yeah, I really liked this set as well in the color 33. And this is what I mean by, if you see how flat it's laying, like when I pull it back, yeah, it was definitely of a lesser density. So it was more lightweight, but still nice. And this was me on my 33rd birthday. I wore these twists for my little photo shoot. So this is me at the 4-week mark. I'm on my way to the hair salon to have these taken down. And this is what they look like. Girl, it was so bad because I was not wrapping my hair at night. Because my previous twists looked so good, I neglected these and thought they would still last. Yeah, so honestly, I didn't do any fancy hairstyles this time around. I wore my hair down the entire 4 weeks, except for, it was literally one day when I put my hair in a ponytail like this. One day out of the entire 4 weeks. And I think the way these were done, they were less bulkier than the one before. it was like just like the right amount of density for me, where I could wear it down confidently. The first 2 weeks, I wasn't even tying it down with a headscarf. I would just sleep on either a cotton or satin pillowcase. Like I wasn't too bothered, and it lasted. But by the 3rd week, yeah, I began to notice that my natural hair was sticking out. Then the 4th week, which was this week that is ending today on a Saturday morning, I was tying my hair down with this silk or satin scarf every single night, and still I would have to use product like daily. So the first 2 weeks, I only like applied a hair mousse, this same hair mousse, like maybe once a week. Like honestly, it was very easy to maintain. But then as my natural hair began to pop out, I think in the 3rd week I'll use this every other day. This final week it was every single morning, and I would demonstrate what I did. So I'll just get like a good chunk. Oops. And then just do this. Kind of help flatten some of the frizz, even though my hair was still sticking out. But I would just make a bit of an effort to apply some mousse. And then sometimes I would bring it down the ends of my hair. Just like this is me just loosely demonstrating, because I'm literally about to take them out. And then I would use this, not every day though, maybe every other day in the last week. The first 3 weeks I didn't touch it, just to kind of liven up my ends. So I would just demonstrate on one, if I can just do both sides. Of course I would apply a lot more, but this is me just trying to get a bit of an illustration or a demonstration. Yeah. And my edges with this. So I really hyped this when I had the smaller jar in like my previous videos. I got a new container, and this is the SALON size, and for some reason, like it's the exact same label as the one I had before, but this one isn't as firm of a hold. Like this is very lightweight, which is annoying. So my edges don't stay, like crisp and molded anymore, because this is a much lighter consistency. So yeah, this is what I would do every morning. You see what I mean? Like it's not molding my hair like that. Like the other one was like a 10 out of 10. In fact, it was like a 12 out of 10. Like I really liked the smaller jar that I had. I don't know why this one is a lighter consistency. Anyway, sorry. I don't want this particular clip to be 5 minutes, otherwise this video will be an hour long. But I did want to demonstrate. And then of course, like once a week I would get like a wet cloth and just kind of go over my edges because I knew I would have hella build up putting edge control on my hairline every morning. So at least once a week I'll try and manually wash it off. Yeah, and that's it. Really enjoyed these. And I will see you in the next clip with the next color that I would do. This is pretty much how I would wear my hair down and then just go about my day. So yeah, like my natural hair was sticking out towards the end. It was a lot. It was a bit embarrassing, but Oh, and I love the color. It was very nice, very office appropriate. Blended with a lot of my clothing, whether dark or light. So yeah, that's it for color 33. Okay, so this was the color 30, and I did opt to just show it to you in natural lighting because yeah, it would appear dark indoors. And shout out to my sister for helping me film. Like I went to bother her to help me out that day. But yeah, this was the color 30. I had this in the month of May. It was also really nice, and it was also trimmed and shaped nicely. I also wore it down, and it was like the right amount of density. It wasn't too bulky. So yeah, this was the color 30. So I am at the 4-week mark. I'm taking these down tomorrow, and this is what they look like. So I literally wore my hair down again, but I learned from the last install, like with the color 33, this time with the color 30, I laid my hair every single night with a satin headscarf, and I think that really helped with the longevity. Like my natural hair isn't doing too much this time at the 4-week mark. And yeah, in terms of the mousse that I was using, I switched to the Design Essentials. Yeah, I could probably leave it in the description box. But this is it was used at the hair salon, like the day I had it installed. It's not really nice, and I was like, I want this. So I asked my friend to order one for me. Like the next time she was re-upping for her hair salon, it ended up being this really huge refillable bottle, which I just put in my old like ORS Mousse container or bottle. So yeah, this will last me a very long time. But yeah, that's all for color 30. Very nice, very, very nice. So the video did end abruptly at that point, because at the time I had actually planned to do 6 sets of mini twists with extensions during the course of the year, but I only ended up doing 3 sets, and then I moved on to a different type of twist style, which I did film and you will see in subsequent videos. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.